Yo, what is up, day and night gang? It's your boy AM coming to you with a new vlog for 2023 days. Topic of discussion is gonna be actually pretty fun, I think. Last year, at the beginning of the new year, we started a new trend on our channel where we did our New Year's resolutions, and so we're gonna continue in 2023. But before we get into this year's resolutions, we're gonna go back a year and look at what we said that we wanted to do in 2022 and see how it changes going forward. So I hope you enjoy this and hope you like it, because it's gonna be kind of fun. All right, so we have our New Year's resolution right here. I went a little bit extra and did a PowerPoint presentation, so I'll just go over some of the things that I wanted to accomplish in 2022 and then how that's going to work going into 2023. So when I did my original New Year's resolution, I kind of broke it down into like the various aspects of the body, and so I kind of labeled them like, the mind, where I wanted to learn new skills to make better videos. I wanted to build AMPM universe, which is my world. You know how like Marvel has the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I wanted to create my own. And then I also wanted to just, expand my mind by learning new concepts and how to like perceive the world a little bit differently. And so I put stars on things that I was able to do, and then big no for stuff that I wasn't able to accomplish last year. So I was able to learn some new skills, especially with my video editing. I think it's getting better in terms of building my AMPM universe with, AM and PM. Didn't really work out. We didn't really do any like journaling or any type of like documentation except for what you see on the channel, and that's still a big part of it, but it'd be nice to have some stuff that's more personal. And then I did end up reading quite a bit more than I did the previous year in 2021, which I guess is during the pandemic, and so I did learn a lot of new concepts about how to like declutter your lifestyle, feng shui, and things like that. And then this was an important part as well. I labeled this the body, and so I wanted to go on a hike at least once per month. I did it for the first 2 months and it kind of stopped. Wanted to just drink only water, and then I also wanted to like work out twice a week. And I didn't do any of those things. It was pretty terrible. And so the biggest failure of 2022 was being physically active. And so going forward, I kind of want to that's more of a spoiler. So we'll just keep going on a review. And then this is the soul, just kind of figuring out how to like make your more serenity in your life, as well as like, giving to others. And then how I ended up doing was, just reducing personal belongings. I was able to do some personally. I pared down my wardrobe to just the essentials, and now I wear a uniform, which has been really, really helpful. In terms of helping friends achieve their dreams, I really didn't have a lot of opportunities to do so. And I tried to help PM, but PM is kind of a little bit lazy when it comes to like motivation of like what she wants to do. She's currently just really happy just like being herself and being hanging around and stuff like that. So it was a bit hard to kind of figure out what she wanted to do and how I could push her. So I don't know where I fell into that, and so I put a question mark there. And the last two was doing acts of kindness, and I did a whole bunch last year, and I probably will continue going forward. This is kind of like the more spiritual part of it. I call it the spirit. One was working in our community garden. Other one was, buying only from friends in our community, and then just like, collaborating with friends on cool projects. And we didn't get accepted to our community garden. So we had to like do our own in our own backyard, which was fun. But we ended up having a lot of squirrels causing a ruckus there, and so it's kind of wild. But then we did, focus more on just buying locally, and then also from, our specific communities and from our friends who have their own businesses and things like that. And then we also, did some really cool projects last year, which was pretty awesome. So I think we accomplished those two things. So that's pretty cool. And then I called this one like, just personal goals that I wanted to achieve. And the redoing our living room space, I was not able to accomplish that. I had plans, I had designs, and I was ready to activate it, but then there was just like, certain challenges that crept up that kind of took those resources away. I had a certain amount of money that I was going to spend to make our living room a little bit better, but then, at certain points, our car needed to get air conditioning, it broke down and all this other stuff. And so it's just like, you trying to like maintain was basically the goal of 2022. Not the goal, but the kind of like the general thing that we had to face in 2022. And I wanted to buy a used truck for under 10 grand, and guess what? The car market skyrocketed and got insane, so there was no vehicle that you're able to buy under 10 grand with good mileage, and so that fell to the wayside. So I put hands there, saying leaving it up and leave it up to the deity's hands, so that that they can decide what's going on. And then the grind, which is things that I wanted to do, and then paying down debt, and then buying a house. And I put a rabbit with a shrug because we end up paying off all our credit cards, but then we end up putting stuff on our credit cards, and then we're still paying it off. So it's kind of weird because we did pay down, but then because of just like normal life trials that we got, our car needed to be fixed, and so we had to do several things to get it going, and you just got to bite the bullet and pay for it. And so we put it on the card. Now we're still paying it off. And then when it came to like saving for the house, I did really well in the beginning, and then halfway through it was just like just became hard, because there were just when you have ideas, things in your life, you just know like, oh yeah, you have money, you're saving it up. Well, this is not working. This is not working. You have to pay for this and this and this. And so all these extra expenses just came up in 2022. And so I took a big fat L on that one. And then that was kind of the end. So looking back at my resolutions, I say we didn't do too well. It was kind of like hit or miss. Probably a lot more miss than hits. And so going forward, I just wanted to kind of figure out a way to better focus my intent and my intentions by paring down my resolutions. As you saw, there was like a ton of resolutions, and because of that, I felt like I wasn't able to really focus and accomplish those things the way that I should, with enough intentionality and with enough purpose to like make it on the forefront. It was just so many that I was focusing on that I got lost in the sauce as life went on in 2022. And we faced quite a bit of challenges like most people do, and so it was just a bit strange to like kind of navigate that and just embrace the madness. So that's what ended up happening. So it was a bit crazy. So what I'm gonna do now is share with you my new resolutions for 2023, and of course I'm going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation, so let's just dive in a little bit. All right, this is AM's New Year's resolution. Let me move myself over here, and this is my 2023 guide to making moves. Let's move on to the next slide. And so I only have 5 goals, and I pared them down to just the essentials. And so these are what I call 5 moves to make in 2023. And so as you remember, as I went over last year's resolutions, I didn't really work on my body too well. And so this year I'm going to make a conscious effort, and I'm just going to drink water. And I've been doing pretty good at the beginning of this month, and hopefully it continues all the way into the end. I think I want to focus more on water, is because one, it'll, drinking water will maximize my physical performance because I'll be hydrated, and and then also it'll clear up my skin and all the benefits that water gives. And then also, because you're drinking water, you're not consuming calories, and things like that. Maybe we'll lose some weight, and then I can start getting in shape and be more motivated to do so. So I think if I can master just only drinking water, it will kickstart other aspects of what I want to do. I could have thought of working out or going on hikes and things like that, but I just think if I just focus on the water and get that taken care of, I think that it will kickstart the other stuff, so that I can be more motivated to keep going. And then my second goal is be the algorithm, and how I interpret that is to engage more with you all on, the day and night gang, and also just keep producing really good AMPM content for you. I'm very intentional in that, which is cool. And now we go on to my third resolution for 2023 is to create spaces. I want to focus more on just decluttering our living spaces and just kind of bringing in more positivity, good vibes, all that stuff that comes with having, you know, a space where you just feel like you're able to do what you want to do in it. I don't know the proper word to describe that, but it's just like, you know, you're just creating, like when you're like an artist and you have all the tools available, you're free from the confines of your equipment. Now you can focus on what possibilities that you have. And I think, you know, if you do that for your living spaces, you know, it transfers over into you as a person, as well as like how you engage with the others. And so I took that part of it and then I want to declutter even more. The biggest barrier that I run into in doing that is that PM is a kind of a low-key hoarder. She likes to like collect everything. Everything has, you know, emotional attachments to her. So she like, oh, I love this. This is like, you know, my whatever it is. And to me, I think it's like, you know, garbage. But for her, it's like, you know, this is the toothpick that I use when we first met. And it's like, well, it's a toothpick, but I just made that up. That's not true. But it's kind of true too at the same time, because she has stuff that's like really weird, and she doesn't want to throw it away. And so we have this tendency just to keep, you know, adding more to our space instead of taking it away and then just making it feel a little bit better. She just kind of like, oh, I love this is cute, and just keeps adding more and more and not giving away or simplifying those types of things. And so when I say spaces, I mean my home, I mean, you know, our vehicle, and just different things. You know, when you have a backpack, it's also a space. And so what you carry on you is also, I also consider this. And so, you know, just like it's all tied into that. So hopefully that's, you know, understandable. And I think, you know, that creates, by having that, you'll be able to have more positivity, creativity, chill vibes. You know, things just become a little bit more simpler, and then you're able to like focus on those goals that you have in hand. And then the fourth one I have is called pocket watching, managing our money a little bit better so we can achieve, you know, our own goals that I wasn't able to attain last year. And then also just so we can go on more adventures throughout 2023, finding that balance where you're not blowing all your savings, and then also being able to save up to get the better stuff. Unfortunately, money is, you know, tied to those types of things, and so it's just figuring all that stuff out. You know, maybe even like starting a side business, and so that we can, you know, start funding other types of goals and ideas that we want to do. And then the last one is make cool stuff. And last year we were able to collaborate with some people on projects, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, it was pretty cool. And so I kind of want to continue doing that. And then I also want to develop the AMPM Adventures brand. I'm not a branding type of person or marketing and things like that. And, you know, I just want to expand our channel and get more people to view, because for me personally, there is a satisfaction in it, but also I like making content. It's just something that it brings me happiness, because I feel deep down that like I have this artistic vision of how things should be, and I just wanted to put that out there. And doing that with PM has been a lot of fun. You know, we did some really cool stuff in 2022. We produced the most videos ever for this channel. We saw a lot of growth. We had like the biggest explosion of subscribers since then. We did like, you know, the pie extravaganza, and that was a lot of fun. We even got our own logo and things like that, and so that's really cool. I thought that was all awesome. And going into 2023, I want to kind of continue with that. And there's some projects in the works that I'm currently doing with some friends, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I think those 5 goals will, like, you know, I think paring them down to 5 will keep me focused on all of these things, and so I'm pretty excited about that. You know, we can make these 5 moves and see where it goes, and hopefully by paring this down, that I'm able to, like, you know, make a more sincere attempt of like being able to achieve these things. And then that is the end. So like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully by, you know, 2023, we'll be able to see how many videos we've made this year, and hopefully the quality of content it improves. That's like ultimately our goal, is just to make sure that we show you what we're doing, and then sharing, you know, the cool stuff that we do. I don't know if it's cool, but I feel it's cool. Like, you know, I love to travel. I love to like experience life. And, you know, sometimes people are afraid to do that. And I feel like we are able to inspire you to kind of like venture around where we live, or like you go, oh, they ate all this cool food and I never had that before, let's check it out. You know, that's kind of what I want to do, is just kind of like put content out, inspire people, and hopefully inspires them to, like, you know, just live life, because I love living life, and I enjoy being, you know, around people I like, seeing really cool stuff, and then just doing cool things and eating cool stuff. I say this all the time, but I don't know if people really understand it. It's like low key, I watch my own videos because it's basically like, you know, a journal entry but in video form, which is so awesome. And so, you know, half the time I'm just like, it's not to say that I'm like vain, but I just like think it's cool because it's like, yo, we went there, we did that. You know, how crazy is that? And there's like, you know, visual proof.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
That's just basically an overall picture of what my resolutions for 2023, and hopefully I can accomplish that. And that's pretty much it. As the slide said, it was the end, and so I give you, as always, a peace.